San Francisco 49ers John Lynch still remains confident in Jake Moody even after the scuffle seen around the world, and obviously it was a while ago. And still being brought up, John Lynch joined KNBR this morning and was asked about his confidence in Jake Moody and kind of his interpretation of the scuffle. And he also brings up some cool stories from his playing days of some similar situations to contextualize it and to be able to make sense of it. So I think that's the reason why we're going to continue to talk about it. I would imagine this will be the last video on this, but it is cool to hear directly from John Lynch on the matter and how he is interpreting it all. Take a listen to what he had to say on Murph and Marcus on KNBR.
I guess I'll go right to the juicy stuff. For a man who's been on the sidelines and a man who's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, what's your breakdown? Taybor Pepper v. Deebo Samuel, 15 rounds. Who you got?
That's good. I won't touch that one. But you know, I think back. There's one of the best assistant coaches I've ever been around. One of the best coaches I've ever. Rod Marinelli. He was the guy who led our defensive lines with Warren Sapp and Simeon Rice. Those great Tampa defenses. And occasionally in an NFL locker room or meeting room or sideline, you have scuffles and everyone wants to make a big thing like, oh my God. And he used to sit back there. Rod was an old Marine who fought in a lot of wars. And he would be smiling. And I'd say, Rod, what's going on? Like, Sapp's fighting this dude. This is when they play their best. I love it. So I look down there and I see passionate people who want to win. And, I don't applaud the situation, but like Deebo simply was telling Jake Moody, basically his way of saying, hey, we believe in you, saying lock in, man, we need you, you got this. And Pepper saw it from afar, and we always talk as 49ers having each other's back. I think we all know those specialists are a different bunch. They spend a lot of time with the team, but they also spend a lot of time, just the three of them. And they get really close. And so he had his guys back and probably didn't see or hear exactly what Deebo was saying. And then Deebo basically said, don't you ever get in my face. And then we squashed it like families do. And so, a little bit of show of emotion. Not unfortunate, it's just the reality that there's cameras everywhere that catch everything, and everybody got a little insight to stuff that sometimes goes on. And we're battling, we're competing. It's hot. A lot of the players down there were saying, JL, how did you ever do training camp down here? Because we were here deep into November, mid-November, and it was hot. It was really hot and humid, and so you get a little ornery there. And we're trying to beat a team. And I know they've lost 5 of 6, but the Chiefs said the same thing after it. Like, you come out of that game going, that's a good team. And albeit with their top 3 receivers, they're built really well from the lines, and so it's a very physical game when you play the Bucs.
And John, I think it goes without saying that Jake Moody obviously had a roller coaster of a game this past Sunday. What were your thoughts on his performance and his ability to bounce back and hit that game-winning field goal?
You just said it. He hit the game-winning field goal. I watched last night. Elliott, who's been a really good kicker for the Eagles, and he missed 2, and I believe missed an extra point as well. It happens. Jake's been a good kicker for us, and I think only going to get better. We still have a ton of belief. His teammates have a lot of belief in him, and I think Jake's going to make a lot of game-winning kicks for us. And is his first game back, and we have high expectations from him. The better thing is Jake has higher expectations for himself. So he's gone to work and fixing technique-wise, whatever of what was off, and he'll get it right. We got a lot of confidence in that kid.
Fans. Yeah, I want a new kicker. No thought of it.
We didn't blink. No. We got a lot of faith in this kid. He had a rough day, and we all have rough days. And if the first day you have a rough day, people give up on you. That's not how we operate. We got a lot of, we do have, tough decisions to make from time to time, but there's a lot of context to put into these things, and Jake has earned a lot of respect, and from this organization.
I think there was a line in Ted Lasso about like it'd be a sad world if everybody's judged on their worst day. You know,
I like that.
there's something to that. I got to get you the exact line.
So again, it's always cool listening to former players talk about this situation because they're providing a perspective. And, as we continue to hear, like what I saw was the repercussions. I didn't see what happened in the beginning. Again, I was in the stadium. I was sitting behind the visitors bench. I just saw the kind of scuffle break out. I didn't see Deebo come over, and all the context of everything that we have heard is Deebo was just telling this guy to lock in, and obviously it might have come across a little bit differently, but what we keep hearing is that the intent was just a captain coming over and being like, let's go, let's get this in. And obviously what we've also heard is Taybor Pepper, maybe overreacted a little bit to the fact that, his perspective is Jake doesn't need you to come over and say that. However, that is football, right? That is, we heard Pat McAfee talk about it from his perspective as a specialist, and so it is what it is. It's water under the bridge at this point. I don't think it'll be something that will continue. I think the 49ers will be able to get over this, and as long as Jake Moody gets back on track and starts making field goal kicks, no one will care about this situation, and it will be something that we forget about, and it'll just be a little moment on the season, and weeks from now probably won't even remember it. So but I did find it interesting what John Lynch had to say on it, and also too just speaking to the confidence that they still have, and there's no they're not moving off Jake Moody. I know a lot of fans have talked about that, and but they remain confident in Jake, and it doesn't seem like they're going to be making any changes at the kicker position anytime soon. So a lot of faith remains. I'm curious to know what you guys think about the fact that they don't plan on moving on from him, because again, like I said, a lot of fans are ready for a change, but you guys let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more.